Good morning, guys. My name is Stephen Howard. My dog Yucca is asleep under some jackets or something. She's sleeping in today. I've had a rough couple of days. A couple of days ago, Yucca had a spinal issue, was dragging her back feet when we woke up in the morning. And I was really afraid that she had the same symptoms as my dog, Kona, who passed a few years ago. Kona had a degenerative back disc issue and was losing the feeling in his feet and tail and was dragging his back legs. I had just been paid from a car accident settlement, and I had given a large amount of money to my ex-wife. Now is my ex-wife, and I gave her about $13,000 in blue hundreds. And we had talked about Kona, and I was like, "You need to go. I'm going to take care of the baby. You need to go put Kona down." And she went to the vet, and I saw what she went through because I went through it too. And they convinced her to do a $5,000 back surgery. So the dog got a back surgery, came home, rehabilitated, and walked funny for the rest of his life, but had a good couple of more years, and then passed on. I was no longer around when that happened, so I never got to see what happened with Kona. That's happened a lot in my life. My mom disowned my aunt and my grandparents when I was young, and I never got to see my grandparents again, and they passed on many years later, and so they're both in heaven now, and the only way I can see my grandparents is to meditate about it. Um, I wanted this so bad to be a positive video, but I've been uh I've been emotionally tested lately, pushed to my limit, and I'm passing. It's a calm morning. It's about 7 a.m. I was looking out my window up in this tree, and I could actually see hummingbirds taking care of each other. I could see a nest or something, and hummingbirds were coming in and landing, and I think they're taking care of babies up there. So it was a really magical moment for me this morning to watch a hummingbird family in the tree. Um, along with all the pain, all of the tests, and all of the stuff that makes you wonder if you're on the path, I have little moments, little things that I see that tell me that it's going to happen for me. The miracle is going to happen. A lot of people don't understand. They say go get a job, go work, and when you go do that, it takes away all of your freedom to create. You're now working for someone else, and you're now creating the abundance for them. And you're really not creating that much abundance for you. You might make your car payment or you might make your rent, but you're feeding somebody else. And so I also have had brands. I had a brand of kayaks in the 90s, and I was pretty successful. I was a world champion in 1997 in surf kayaking. Pretty much any competition on the West Coast, I was placing in the top 5. So I got invited to the World Championships. What I wanted to say about that is that there's times in your life when opportunities come, and you got to seize the opportunity. And sometimes the opportunity comes and it's a false opportunity, or an opportunity that someone's got other intentions for you and they want to harness your personal power. So, no one can take your power away except you, and no one can give your power away except you. So, I've had to create boundaries because people come in, they realize that you're an empath, that you're an empathic healer, and that you'll always feel sorry or for the underdog. And they take advantage of that power. And then all of a sudden, because they're harnessing your power, they get a burst of success. And then all of a sudden they think, "Oh, I'm remedied. I don't need you. I don't need anybody. I can do this on my own." But it was your personal power over a week's time that you were giving love, you were giving unconditional love, you were trying to help them as best that you could. And all of a sudden they make a sale, and um, they don't need you around anymore because they completed what they needed to do. And then you're sitting there like, well, what about me? I was going to be a part of this and this and that. Oh, well, I don't know what I can offer you. Oh, I don't know, what do you want from me? Well, you came to me saying, hey, why don't you be marketing director or, this for the company? And then you don't give me any job description or any knowledge about what I'll be paid or what my percentage is or, what I'm supposed to be doing for your company. Um, and then they invent little jobs like, sit around and be a security guard, make sure nothing happens. Okay, so now I'm sitting around for 40 hours a week as a security guard wondering what's going to happen. That's not a job. That doesn't create anything. That doesn't, I mean, I might be protecting some people, great, but I'm protecting them while they're making all this abundance and I'm sitting here still struggling. So, opportunities, you have to be very careful because opportunities sometimes will be veiled as what someone else needs or what someone else wants or what someone else has in mind for you. And that will never bring you fulfillment. So back to the kayaking, I had a brand that was stolen from me and then hidden from the public like Raiders of the Lost Ark. The kayak mold is still in existence somewhere, but if you wanted to buy one of those boats, you'd probably have to beg and plead. They aren't on the market. You can't find one anywhere. There were only 1,100 produced when I produced them, and I built 1,100 boats myself, and then went around and sold them. So I had partners that took advantage of the situation. I had some problems with myself, and instead of facing those problems, they just disbanded while I was over in Scotland winning the world championships. I came back to lawsuit, suing them, and destitute, and my attorneys told me that you're never going to win back what you put in. And so you might as well just give up. And so that's what I did. Um, when you have experiences like that, even though you lost everything from it and you're not happy about the outcome and you wish it would have been totally different, I wanted to produce 5 different kayaks and have a line and come back from Scotland a world championship and do that in advertisement, but none of that happened. And I ended up being a bar bouncer and a bar back in San Diego at a place called the Old Ox. And then I was a server during the day. Then I got a job as a surf instructor, and I was teaching people how to surf during the day, and then a bouncer and bar back at night. So, I've worked many, many jobs. I was a car dealer in San Diego for Tipton Honda and El Cajon. If you ever want to buy a nice vehicle, check out Tipton Honda. You can talk to the general manager, Mike. He's a really good guy, pastor of a church and owns Big Dog Motorcycles. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm okay. That, you watch the last 3 videos and it looks like I'm losing my marbles. But I'm just having tower moments. My dog was hurt. I didn't know what to do. I was afraid I was going to have to put her down. She's my only real companion. So it really upset me. Once again, I had somebody with a lot of hatred, telling me that, I'm pleading my heart out on YouTube with the divine, and someone that's not awakened, that's low vibration, is telling me that I'm a big baby or something, or I complain too much, or, whatever, well, you got your opinion, bro. Everybody's got their opinion, and most of them stink. So, take your opinion and go to the toilet or go out in the forest with it. And make sure you have some toilet paper with you, because that's crap. I'm a good person. I'm a stand-up guy. I don't overly complain every day. I use this YouTube channel as a way for me to get counsel for myself and to counsel other people and show them that whatever they're feeling is okay. And that, certain things are not an option. And that, putting yourself into a bottle, or putting yourself into a 12-pack of beer every fucking 5 minutes, or, whatever the substance that you're putting in to make you feel better or pad the problem, is not the answer. That's how addiction, that's how alcoholics are born, that's how drug addicts are born, sex addicts are born. Everybody has an issue that if they pad it by doing something that makes them feel better, they will not address the problem. And the problem will grow. And it'll become so big that it'll consume you. So what I'm doing is being here for the collective and trusting my guides, trusting my intuition, trusting my psychic abilities. And I'm telling the world that we need to calm down. We need to go out in nature. You need to let that shit out. You need to give it up. You need to give it away. You need to help other people. You need to talk about your problems with your spouse. You need to get down to basics and bring back the intimacy and the comfort of your relationships. And, if people aren't willing to work with you through some of your problems, then I don't believe they're worth your time. I'm a person that if you asked me, hey, I got this issue and I've been dealing with it, and I'll say, come do a reading, come do some counseling, come sit and talk to me about what I read off of your blockages, what I can see off of your aura, what I can see off of how you're reacting to what I'm saying. I can magically somehow come up with a solution. I have a friend named Caleb, and he has a girlfriend named Tiffany. And their last names and their identities will remain nameless, but they're beautiful people. They are amazing people. They have bright futures. And they are, one looks like they could be Jada Pinkett, the other one looks like Will Smith. And they look like a power couple, and they've got everything in the world going for them. But they're 22 years old. They don't understand what other people are doing in their lives to manipulate the situation and to make them feel like they're less than or not worthy of the love that they share, the lives that they have, and the abundance that's going to come. That they honestly had insecurities about themselves, and it came from blockages that were handed down, either generationally or, because of the way the world is. It just beats people down. And I'm here to build people up and to tell people, how wonderful they are and what abilities they have and what wonderful companies they have and what I think they could do, with that. And, I don't have all the answers, but I have enough answers that it brings results. Even for myself, I keep trying, and every time I fail, I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, yes, perfect. I failed again. Because that's one more failure I could put in the lineup, and it means I'm one failure closer to my success. It means I'm one failure closer to making it where I truly want to be and having what I truly deserve and what I truly want to have. So, anybody that tells you you're not worthy, anybody that tells you, oh, you're not making the right choices, man. You're not going to go anywhere with this. And then you watch them and they mistext you and they're drinking alcohol and cheating on their wife or their girlfriend or whatever, and they texted you by accident thinking that you were the mistress or whatever. That happened to me a couple of days ago, and I've been wondering what I should do about it. And the fact of the matter is I'm going to do nothing about it. I'm going to let whatever the universe has in store for that person, I'm going to let karma and the universe do that. I'm not going to be involved with delivering somebody's karma. So, I think a lot of people do that. They think, oh, that person did me wrong. I'm just going to call my friends and I'm going to threaten them and I'm going to make them feel insecure. Well, here I am at the camp. You want to come get me? Here I am. I'm not hiding from anybody. People know where I'm at. It's pretty obvious, So, all these people have a lot of guts online and can call me out and call me names and tell me I'm a narcissist and tell me I'm this and I'm that and that I complain too much and that I'm a big pussy or whatever the hell they want to tell me. But the truth of the matter is I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of and I know what I've got. So, you do too. If there's anybody telling you things that are tearing you down, honestly, I'd just let those people go. You don't need them in your life anyway. And when you are successful, when you're extremely successful, I guarantee the majority of those people will be back and they will be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking at you the wrong way and all this stuff. And, now you're worth $11 million and you have your own TV shows and movies and, you're famous. People want to get a photograph with you and get an autograph. Well, 5 years ago you were telling me I was nothing and you were abandoning me and letting me live in a car out in the mountains when you have a palace in town, when there's air conditioning and it's 110 out. There's a pool in the back, my daughter, who I have a wonderful relationship with, I'm not allowed to see because I don't have a good relationship with my ex-wife. She's got full custody. She won it because of my court case, and was a felon, and I looked like I was possibly violent or whatever, and I was not. I was a hero, and I actually saved her and my daughter. So, I've been completely